Welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. We've got another brand new show for you this week. We are going to take you out in the woods with a couple of turkey hunting newcomers. It was an exciting time out there for sure. You won't want to miss it. You can't believe what happens out in those woods. We'll also take you out on the big water for some beautiful brown trout action, and we're going to wrap up the show by making you, the viewers, the star of the show this week with our bragging board segment. We've got pictures that have been coming in over the last few months, both through email and on our Facebook page. Lots of exciting stuff on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jenny Olson, and it's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors. Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Greenstone Farm Credit Services, making recreational land ownership possible across Michigan and northeast Wisconsin. Begin your land financing journey at one of Greenstone's 37 locations or visit greenstonefcs.com. By Meijer, a destination for hunting, fishing, and camping. From bug spray and tents to GPS and gas, Meijer has nearly everything you need to take on nature and get you there. Meijer. By Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises of Munising, exploring Lake Superior's Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore with its sandstone cliffs, caves, waterfalls, and lighthouses. Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises on the web at picturedrocks.com. By Country Smokehouse, offering a variety of meat products. Country Smokehouse is located 3 miles south of I-69 on M53 just south of Imlay City. Country Smokehouse is a meat processor, a butcher, and a destination for sportsmen.
The 2013 turkey season has been one of the best in recent memory, with lots of close encounters and plenty of birds to go around. And after spending the first few days of season behind the camera, I jumped at the chance to do a little hunting myself, recruiting a friend of mine to run the camera. Well, it's May 1st. It's a very, very warm Wednesday afternoon. We're out here in Ionia County. We're actually going to go try and call the same farm that I filmed my buddy Justin shoot a really nice bird off of the second day of season. There's been some birds out here, but they've been kind of spotty. When they're here, they seem to be active, but other times they're just not. So we're gonna get out, we're gonna go call, and if we can find a bird, we got the blind. We're gonna set up and using the 12 gauge today, but we're bringing the blind just so we can get a little better footage. So hopefully we can run into a bird and we'll just see what happens. After hearing a gobble from the truck, we quickly closed the distance and relocated the bird. Within a few minutes, we were set up in the same field where I nearly killed a bird just days prior, and this time I knew exactly what to expect, as I set the blind up facing a well-used trail leading into the field.
I see him coming down the side hill, heading like this direction. Yep. Nice bird. He's coming like aimless right towards. I doubt you'll be able to get any footage, but you might as well try.
The bird was doing exactly what I had hoped for, following the trail we had set up on right to the field edge, which was a mere 10 yards from the blind. Everything was going according to plan until the bird decided to circle the blind, which meant we either had to shoot quickly or hope the bird would completely circle us. a chance I was not willing to take.
You still got him. Dead bird. That's a textbook midday bird. We were gonna let him come right out to the decoys, but he looked like he was gonna go around the blind. And I've checked my cameraman, but I don't think we had much room left. But I was able to get him. Nice bird, nice mid-morning bird. He was nice and talkative. Whew, finally. We've had so many close encounters this year. It's ridiculous. I've been all over birds from the start of turkey season. Whew, finally cap it off. Couple days left in my season. Nice bird on the ground. Oh, that was pretty awesome. We came real close to not getting that done, but it worked out.
All right, well, we just shot this bird at about 10 yards, which has kind of become the norm for us so far this season. We've had so many close encounters with nice birds. I'm standing where the bird is right now, but I just wanted to kind of show you what our setup is. We brought the pop-up out, even though we were using the gun today, basically just so we could get better footage. It allows you a lot more movement with the camera. But the setup that we've stuck with so far this year, and it's hurt us a couple times, but it's helped us more times than not. We have a Jake kind of in strut out there, and we have a hen decoy. And as you can see, we have them set up very close to the pop-up blind. It's amazing how close these turkeys will get to the blind. This one was at about 10 yards. Never even thought about anything in the blind, wasn't worried at all. And it's so hot out, we're not in full camo. I did throw my face mask on, but it's hard to dress any warmer when it's 80 degrees and probably 90 or 95 inside that blind. So that was kind of our setup, and it seemed to work well so far this year. It's been early season. We've been in turkeys almost every single time out. This was a textbook example of a midday bird. This is exactly the kind of bird I killed last year. You get into that 11, 12 o'clock, that time of day, if you can get a bird to gobble, you have a really good chance of having him coming in and check you out. Now, it doesn't mean you're always going to kill him, but at least having him come into your set. And this one came into the decoy set. Wasn't a dominant enough bird to want to run in, but he was a big enough bird that he wanted to come check it out. So he got close enough, we got a good shot, and now we got a dead bird on the ground. We got out here about 11, heard this bird gobble, came down here, made another call, heard him gobble again. Got set up in a kind of a peculiar setup, but we had a good feeling that if this bird was going to come in, it was going to walk right down this little trail right to our blind. So we set up right on that trail so we could film him coming in and put some decoys out in the field, and this bird just read the script perfectly.
My turkey season was complete. This beautiful gobbler sported a 10-inch beard with inch and innate spurs. With my bird taken care of, I was ready to get back behind the camera for the opener of the second season, where this time the girls were up to bat.
So we got set at 5:30 this morning, and this is my parents' 80. And my dad hunted the first season out here, so he knew that there were quite a few birds, quite a few toms and jakes over here. So he was hearing them gobbling like crazy over here, so he told us a good place to set up, and I'm glad we listened to him because we set up right where he told us, and put the decoys a little to the south of us, and because we figured they'd be coming from the creek, which is just a little north of our setup. And we heard a tom start gobbling all by himself, and he sounded like he was right behind us, right by us. And then a few minutes later we look and he was right on the edge of the field, and we were hoping he was going to come in, but he just stayed right on the edge of the field. But then we watched 5 jakes fly down and another hen fly down, and they kind of made their way right out in front of us real close, and we hadn't quite decided if we wanted to kill the jakes or not, or if we wanted to hold out for a tom, because this is our first morning out hunting.
With these jakes at less than 10 yards, the girls decided to wait and see if the big tom we had seen earlier in the morning would show himself again. In the meantime, it was nice to just enjoy the morning, and it was pretty cool to watch this 5-pack of jakes as they hung out in front of the blind for close to a half an hour.
There's just something about turkey hunting, getting out there in the woods first thing in the morning and watching the sunrise and hearing everything in the woods wake up. And there's just something about hearing that first gobble of the morning. It always sounds so loud no matter where it's at. And that's just the coolest sound ever. And getting to hear and see birds fly down like that and make their way out, it's very cool.
Well, it looked like the girls had made the right decision as the big gobbler returned to the field, but he just wouldn't quite come into range. With the jakes right in front of the blind, we could do nothing but watch as the big tom made a complete circle around us, managing never to close the distance. Although the jakes did leave temporarily, they just couldn't stand to see those decoys in the field, and again returned to less than 10 yards from the blind.
Well, we were kind of hesitant on what we wanted to do this morning. We both have shot some really nice toms, and neither of us have got a double kill, so they came out for a while, and we just kind of talked back and forth. We're kind of looking at which ones we could shoot, which ones we couldn't, and then at that point they weren't in range. So second time they came out, we were ready, and we had our guns up, and then they decided to head back into the woods. So hearts got pumping for no reason at that point, and then really we thought the hunt was over, the day was done, and then Trish heard a stick break, and we looked over, and all 5 of them were coming in again.
These jakes had stuck around for just too long, and now the girls were focused on trying to double up as we all shifted around the blind to get into position.
Why don't you go for two to the right, two to the right. Go for the two to the right. Yeah, I'm gonna stop him, okay?
Yeah.
Stay on the girls, Judge.
Gotta love jakes, don't you? I cannot believe they came back out. Oh my god.
Oh man,
That was awesome.
That was
just
pretty
the
sweet.
coolest morning.
That was so.
That was pretty sweet. That was pretty cool.
I thought they were long gone. I thought there was no way they were coming back again. And all of a sudden, we hadn't heard anything for a long time, and all of a sudden I just heard a step and heard a stick break, and I look over to my right, and they were right by the blind again, all 5 of them together. And they seemed interested, and they came right back out into the field about 10 yards, and we were able to get situated, turned around, and pick some out that had kind of separated from the group a little bit. And we were able to put good shots on them, and seeing them drop was just the coolest feeling, knowing that we were able to pull off a double.
It was a new experience for me actually being in a turkey blind. I shot my tom on the ground and I wasn't able to get that close to them. So being in the blind and having jakes 10 yards out in front of us, sometimes 5, it was an amazing experience. I mean, we got to see them pecking at the ground, pecking at one another. All 5 of them numerous times were all gobbling at the same time, and it's just an awesome experience. That's what we're out here for, is just to be up and close with nature and seeing that stuff happen. And getting it on film is great, but just actually being there to see it it's really something you won't forget.
These weren't the 2 biggest birds in the woods. In fact, they weren't even the 2 biggest birds we'd seen that morning. But it's important to remember that it's not always about the size of the animal, but about the experience. And for these 2 lucky hunters, I'm sure this is a hunt that they'll never forget.
Well, hey, special thanks to Jordan Brown for bringing us really a couple of great turkey hunts there. We've got a few more coming over the next few weeks as well. What we're going to do now is shift gears to something else that's pretty popular this time of year in the great old state of Michigan, and that is chasing brown trout in the shallow water of Lake Michigan.
Yeah, Sean, what do we got going here today?
Well, we're going to run a mix of stick baits and spoons. The fishery's been far more, I don't know, more people are catching fish on sticks than spoons. I'm still a spoon fan. Just one reason being that I don't fish as fast as a lot of guys, and you know, the solid stick baits are more of a something you're going to fish a little faster than if you're just running spoons. So speed-wise, I like doing the spoons. The nice thing about this time of year is you don't have a lot of boat traffic in your way.
A few weeks back found me in a town I know rather well. I was here in Ludington to hit the water with a couple of friends who just know how to catch brown trout.
The brown trout fishing, as soon as the ice is out of the harbor, we'll start catching browns. My boat normally goes in about a week after the ice is gone, and I know it's safe. The fishing's good into May. I think this year it's going to be good through Memorial Weekend because we've had a cold spring, and the brown trout fishing will be good on the beach till the water hits the 50s, which right now we never really saw any more water warmer than 42 degrees, and it's cooler out away from the beach. The brown trout fishing is going to be good for a while. Yeah, that's the common grillers that we love catching here. I mean, of course, we'd rather catch big fish every now and again, but those things and a nice grill is why we love brown trout fishing so much, is because those taste great with some grilled asparagus.
I had high hopes when it came to dinner later this evening. These fish are great on the table. Now, Matt Gavrilides was also along with us today, and he and Sean have fished these waters quite a bit over the years, and today they knew just where these fish were holding.
Well, we're using some rapalas, some savage baits for stick baits, and using some spoons. We took more fish on spoons today than we did stick baits, but mainly I like doing a mix of about 50-50 what I have out, just so the fish can let us know what they want. We're running longer leads, getting away from the boats because we're fishing in roughly 10 foot of water today. So you want to be spread out away from the boat because obviously the boat's going to spook a fish when you're in that shallow water. So you want to have your baits at least 50 to 75 feet away from the boat. Some of our outside boards might have been, the baits were probably 250, 300 feet away from us. I was running everything about 80 feet behind the planer board, and just trying to get us out away from the boat.
Fishing in only 10 feet of water does make your setup a little different, but it was effective today, and Sean says the kingfishing here should be hitting anytime.
Obviously, the monumental thing is everybody wants to come to Ludington in August to catch the big mature kings. Well, we'll see really good kingfishing here within the next couple of weeks. We'll start catching kings on the beach with our brown trout. I actually was kind of hoping we'd see a couple today. There's been some caught recently within the area. Just in the last week, they were catching some fish some salmon down by Pentwater, and there's been a few caught up by Manistee.
No, it's a two-colored core, but I don't remember what bait we had out on it. How far down is that? This one's running, maybe 5-6 feet, Sean?
So we had about a half dozen fish today, and we did not see another boat while fishing. And I fished out of this port a long time and could never have said that before. I asked Sean what his favorite thing is about taking folks fishing.
I love watching kids catch fish. When a kid catches that first good fish, you know that they were blessed to catch that fish, and it's just wonderful seeing the joy of the customer or the guest on the boat reel in that nice big fish. That's the joy of it.
The joy of it is right. And hopefully you will get out and enjoy some of what this grand old state has to offer. Hey everybody, thank you so much for sending in all those photos. It is great to see your success in the woods and on the water. We get some of those photos through email, but the bulk of them we get through Facebook. So thank you for posting your successful photos there, and we'd love to have you join the conversation on Facebook and kind of interact with us here at the television show. And we can't guarantee that every photo that gets posted on there will make it on the show, but we do our best to try to make that happen. Now, coming up here in about a week and a half or so, our friends over at Frank's Great Outdoors and the Saginaw Bay Walleye Club are putting on a one-day only walleye fishing tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be there with a camera rolling, so if you get a chance, you can actually register right up through the 31st. It's going to be a lot of fun there on Saginaw Bay. Now, coming up over the next few weeks, we're going to have some more turkey hunting as we kind of round out the season. We also have some good fishing that's been happening. It is a great time of the year to be a sportsman here in the state of Michigan. Thanks for joining us this week, and hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by By Zimmer Roofing and Construction in Port Huron, featuring Duralast roofing systems made in Michigan. Zimmer Roofing and Construction provides installation, maintenance, service, and repair, serving commercial and residential clients on the web at zimmerroofing.com. By Propane, exceptional energy. Propane retailers promote the safe use of Michigan-produced gas energy in homes, farms, and businesses across our great state. Learn more at usemichiganpropane.com. By Meyer, a destination for hunting, fishing, and camping. From bug spray and tents to GPS and gas, Meyer has nearly everything you need to take on nature and get you there. Meyer. Closed captioning is brought to you by Propane, exceptional energy. Propane retailers promote the safe use of Michigan-produced gas to outdoor enthusiasts across our great state.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a